Hello! This video will provide tips for coming up with successful search terms, using advanced search strategies, and interpreting your search results to find research articles in the Communication and Mass Media Complete database. For an introduction to the database, watch video number 1. For an overview of the elements included in research articles, watch video number 3. We'll start by considering different search terms and the ways to combine them. It's a good idea to think of several different ways to describe your topic. For example, the concept conflict could also be described using the terms disagreement or dispute or issue. If I type "or" between my search terms, the database will produce results that contain any of those terms in the information about the article. Many databases use subject terms to describe concepts discussed in each article. Subject terms are listed in the result list below the title, authors' names, and publication information for each article. Reviewing the subject terms of articles is a great way to come up with other search terms to try. Reviewing both the article titles and the subject terms of the articles in your result list will give you some idea of what the articles are about. For information, you can view the abstract or summary of each article by hovering over the magnifying glass symbol. Subject terms also allow you to produce results for all the articles in a database that have been given a particular subject term, even if the authors of the article have described the topic in a different way. To do this, select the title of an article that looks like it might be relevant, and then select the subject term that best describes your topic. To take advantage of other search strategies, try selecting the Advanced Search option below the search box and combine your search terms in different ways. For example, if I'm interested in organizational conflict, but I want to remove results that discuss cross-cultural communication issues, I can enter organizational conflict into my first search box, then narrow my results by selecting Not before the second search box. This will eliminate results that include the words cross-cultural communications, in this case eliminating approximately 20 articles. You may notice that some of my results include the word organizational and the word conflict in completely different places, potentially listing sources that are not relevant to my interests. To make sure all the results include my search terms together, I can use phrase searching by putting quotation marks around them. Now, I only have 32 results, but they are likely to be more related to my topic. However, when I change my search terms to organizational dispute, I only get 2 results. This demonstrates that there can be a very big difference in your search results depending on which terms you choose. You can also utilize other search tricks, such as inserting an asterisk at the end of a word to generate a list of results that will capture various endings to a word. For example, the term cross-cultural with an asterisk at the end generates results that includes the terms communication, community, and communicative. It's important to carefully review your search results to see if your terms generated the sources that you are looking for. Just because a source includes all of your search terms doesn't mean it's a match to your specific topic. To determine whether it's relevant to you, you can look at the publication date for the article. If it is more than 5 to 10 years old, you may want to choose a more recent article. You can also look more closely at all of the subject terms assigned to the article and read the entire abstract for the article by clicking on the title. You can even access the full text of the article and look for the hypotheses and research questions. For more information on how to find these, watch video number 3. It is important that the articles you use relate to your topic in some way, but keep in mind that you won't necessarily find one article that addresses all aspects of your topic. For example, let's say you're interested in conflict management strategies in the corporate sector using third-party mediators. You are unlikely to find one research article that explores all of these elements. But you can find research articles that explore some of these elements, such as conflict management in the corporate environment, or usage of third-party mediators for conflict management. If you have trouble finding relevant research articles, ask a librarian for help.